It's a pleasure and an honor for us to host you at the Knesset, the Israeli Parliament, in our eternal capital, Jerusalem. I would like to invite one of the youngest Knesset members, Danny Danon.
Thank you very much, Michal. Shalom, welcome to the Knesset, welcome to Israel. We have the support of the American people. We have the support of the American Congress. We have the support of the American Senate. We do have a problem with the administration, but if we have a strong connection and we should be strong on the issues, and today there is a great pressure on the Prime Minister, very strong pressure. Mitchell is coming and knocking at the door and asking for more and more concessions. And I'm telling my fellow member of Knesset within the Likud, and I'm telling you, we should speak out loud. It's about, there is no viable partner today. It's about the right to the land. We have a biblical right to the land, and we should be proud of it. We should be proud of it, and we demand and ask. And we are among family, so we can demand and ask. Like my son, he doesn't ask me sometimes, he demands. He wants this game and that game, and he wants to focus on the real issue. And the real issue, Governor Huckabee, is Iran. And we need your help on that issue. We need your help on raising the voice in the US, telling the people, you have to focus on the real issues. Don't talk about the settlement or about Jerusalem. That is not the issue. The issue is about Iran. And it is a global threat, not only for Israel. I want to conclude and tell the Governor that I'm very happy. First of all, you are very popular not only in the US. In Israel, we get Fox News. You support us with no but. And for that I want to commend you. I want to thank you, and you should be blessed for doing so, supporting the Jewish people in Israel, and helping us keeping the land under Jewish sovereignty forever. Thank you very much. God bless you for everything.
I want to express my appreciation to our distinguished host today. And Danny, you have been not only a magnificent host and gracious enough to give us access to the Knesset. I know it's a rare privilege, and very few people have this opportunity to come and get to do anything more than drive past the building. And thank you very much. He was speaking very nicely and said, you're very popular in Israel, you're very popular in the United States. I don't know about Israel, but he's only half right about the others. So, if I had been all that popular, I wouldn't be able to be here today. But I will tell you this, had things turned out differently, there would have been some very different policies toward Israel and the Middle East. What Danny said a moment ago, I want to underscore because I can't express emphatically enough the importance of his comment that the real issue is Iran. Iran is not simply a threat to Israel. It is a threat to the United States, not indirectly, but directly. For anyone who has not listened carefully to the rhetoric of Mahmoud Ahmadinejad, let me remind you that Israel has never been called the Great Satan. The United States has. Whatever might happen to Israel is merely a precursor to what would be intended for the United States. And for Americans to be asleep, unaware, and indifferent to the actions of Iran in the Middle East toward any Middle East neighbor, including Israel, and especially Israel, is to be indifferent to the intentions of Iran directly to the citizens of the United States. Wherever terrorism exists in this world, you can be sure that Iran has their hands all around it and their fingerprints all over it. And if they do not directly, they will do everything they can indirectly to be a part of any effort of Islamic Jihad, which is destined not simply to have boundaries and borders that would give them greater territory, but is to literally see that every last one of us draw our last breath on this earth and cease to exist. For anyone who believes that it's unthinkable, unrealistic, that any people would believe that they could annihilate another people, I hope that you did not lose the lesson of Yad Vashem when you were there this morning. Because as the Prime Minister here has said eloquently, this is 1938 and Iran is Germany. We need to believe them and we need to stop them. The Prime Minister of this country is right. I'm disturbed, and I'm sure many of you are, when you hear words that we can somehow bring Iran to some level of peace simply by having negotiations. If that will work, all of us certainly would prefer that. Economic sanctions, as far as they can go, would be certainly preferable to any other method. It would be much better to bankrupt Iran than it would be to bomb it. We all understand and agree with that. But there has to be clarity, not military clarity, but moral clarity, that the hands of a nuclear device in the hands of a madman like Mahmoud Ahmadinejad is simply unacceptable, and the world, not just Israel, but the rest of the free world must make it clear that that cannot and it will not happen under any circumstances at any time. It pains me that I hear more concern from this administration of our country talking about the building of a baby's nursery in a Jewish-owned community in Israel than about the construction of a nuclear bomb in Iran. I don't think that there's an American here or any back home who would appreciate anyone telling us where we could live in our own country. Everything that is embraced in the Jewish faith is embraced by Christians. And so I hope that you'll not think it disingenuous on our part when we say that it is important to us that you're strong, and we hope that you will find it important that we too are strong. I promise you, you do not have a better friend on earth than Christians around the world. But I also would sincerely want to express that it is our desire to go back to our home, not only as good and faithful and loyal Americans, but also as voluntary ambassadors for our friends in Israel, that we might always pray for the peace of Jerusalem, that we might always work for the stability, the safety, and the security of this land and these people, our friends, our family. God bless you. Thank you very, very much.